Hello everyone! Welcome to the Super Mario 64 task competition Task 7 results stream. How's everybody doing? There were a ton of entrants this task. Counting them up, there were 53 entrants. That's incredible. 53 entrants to this competition. Oh man. So, I should mention before we start, there were 3 disqualifications, DQs. The 3 DQs were Jongyon, who doesn't start timing before the warp, BLJs, and doesn't even enter the cage, Patachu, who uses the cannon, and Peter Griffin, who did not provide an M64. Very unfortunate. Let me do something real quick. Alright. Now in the meantime, let me go over the task. Task 7 was to use the lowest water level in Wet Dry World, warp from the ground to the cannon, enter the water in the tunnel that leads to downtown. You have to fall in the tunnel, you can't glitch or clip into it. You can't touch any enemies, you can't change the water level, you can't BLJ, and you can't enter the cannon. Timing starts on the first off-white frame after warping and ends on the frame you enter the swimming animation. Any swimming animation is fine. This was a solo task. So, in the meantime, let's get started. I said low H2O because I can't fit water. There's no space for it. Anyways, starting out, in 50th place, bringing up the rear end, is Venmox with a time of 29.30 and 42 re-records. Let's load up their run. How is the mic, by the way? Trying a new filter. Starts off all the way over here. It's going directly to the warp. There he goes into the warp. Now he has to make it into the... all the way over to the corner. Goes up a little bit roundabout. Triple jumps with the plank to be able to make it up. A little bit of some dusty dives, that's okay. Does a forward side flip to grab onto the ledge. Makes it over here. How's he going to make it over? Reverse grinds. Interesting strat to make it all the way into the cage. Falls and lands into the water. Good job to Venmox, finishing in 50th place. Definitely could have had some better optimizations, but that's alright. Give me 1 second here. Alright. Next up, in 49th place, Luke Soured with a time of 22.70 and 15 re-records. Let's load up his run. Luke Soured. Yes, a time save of 7 seconds over the previous competitor. Probably due to a faster way to get into it. Turns the camera and just jumps down here. Lands on the little fence there to be able to cancel the dive. Side flips up instead of triple jump, that's a minor optimization. Goes onto the switch and has to make it over here. Also does a grind, but does a significantly faster forwards grind. Unfortunately, does not land in the water, lands on the side, and then has to jump in. Good job to Luke. For everyone asking if they've missed their submission, yes, you have missed your submission. You were dead last. In the meantime, in 48th place, Schnitzelklopfer, time of 20.53, and 388 re-records. Let's load up their run. Make sure not to say your times in the chat. Sorry, I need to enable controller 2 because they had controller 2 enabled in their input. Give me 1 second here. Now let's load it up. Jumps down. Takes damage instead of canceling it with the fence. Triple jumps up. That way they don't have to go all the way over to the plank. A little bit of dust there. Not a very fast grind, but that's okay. Goes for a setup triple jump and makes it in. That's right, you actually don't need to grind. First few competitors ground all the way over there, but you don't need to grind at all. Good job to Schnitzel, finishing in 48th place. Next up, in 47th, Matt, with a time of 19.23 and 20 re-records. Let's load up his run. Getting the first sub-20 submission. Description, I'm so bad. No, you're not. Oh, I need to disable controller 2. That's okay. Slide kicks over here, rather. Side kicks up. Does another side flip up here. Grabs ledge there, not the fastest way up, but that's alright. There's a triple jump dive and a little bit of grind in order to land directly into the water. Good job to Matt, finishing in 47th place. Let me disable controller 2 real quick. Alright. Next up, in 46th place, ThatPSIkid, time of 18.67 and 29 re-records. Let's load up their run. Has to go in the warp at the bottom. Oh, fakes out going in the warp right there. Finally goes in. Does a regular jump. Takes damage there as well. Triple jumps up here. Grabs the ledge, a little bit slow. Where's the side flip? There's the side flip. Does a long jump into the way up and then grinds all the way over to this area and lands directly into the water. Good job to ThatPSIkid, finishing in 46th place. Next up, in 45th place, the man we all know and love, Blue Block Gaming, the time of 17.87 and 56 re-records. Let's load up his run. Sorry, his run, rather. Starts off by going into the warp. Does the standard way to take damage down, triple jumps up into a ledge grab. Where's he going? Triple jumps up this way. I believe the first person to use this route in the competition so far. And then does some pretty fast grinds to make it over here and lands directly into the water. I liked the routing there. That was unique to the competition so far. Good job to Blue Block. I agree, Moobot. That was some very fast grinding as well. Next up, in 44th place, Diamondrazer, time of 17.5 seconds, and a probably edited amount of re-records. Let's load up his run. It says 0, but probably edited. Description, down lad my ROM hack, Blue Star Adventure. Sure. Does a slide kick over here, cancels it with sliding off the platform. Triple jumps up here. There's a side flip to make it over. And a triple jump to be able to make it all the way into the side right here. Good job to Diamondrazer, finishing in 44th place. Next up, in 43rd place, CeeSZee, with a time of 17.37 and 150 re-records, managing to eke out Scuttlebugrazer by a few frames. Let's load up his run. Starting off, going into the warp. Does the slide kick down, cancels it. Does not cancel it, just does a regular dive and recovery. Goes all the way to the corner over here. No, firsties up, by way of a long jump and 2 firsties. And some fancy grinding right there, to be able to make it all the way into the water. Good job to CeeSZee. Finishing in 43rd place. Next up, in 42nd place, Silwer328, time of 17.37, barely beating CeeSZee by 1 or 2 frames, with 99 re-records. Let's load up his run. Where is he? There you are. Description: Yahoo is not allowed. Smiley face. I agree. Bonks a little bit before going into the warp. Needs to delay going into the warp as long as possible to try to keep the stream going. What a considerate guy. Simply turns around and jumps. That was a little weird right there. On the fence. Goes over here. Goes up by way of the switch. And some long jumps. Long jumps all the way from the top here with a wall kick. Wow. First person I've seen not use the slope in the corner. Great route by Silver. Good job. Next up, in 41st place, Mr. Piet 1001. Well known for his Super Mario World TASs and All-Stars work. Finishing in a time of 16.93 and 544 re-records. Let's load up his run. Starts off by punching into the warp. Goes all the way over to the plank. Ledge grabs off the plank and does a regular triple jump. Goes over to the switch. Side flips up. Triple jumps. And does the exact same strat. A long jump off the top with a dive to make it over the wall and into the water at the bottom of the pipe. Good job to Mr. Piet. Finishing in 41st place. A time of sub 17. The first sub 17 so far. Next up, in 40th place, SwaggyBread with a time of 16.83 and 220 re-records. By the way, that glitch right there, if you press Z on I believe the first frame, the text box doesn't come up and Mario does a ground pound, then the camera's weird. But anyways, 40th place, SwaggyBread with a time of 16.83 and 220 re-records. Let's load up his ROM. Goes into the warp. All the way down here, on top of some of the arrow lifts right there. I believe the first person to use those so far. Does a wall jump to get up here. Another wall jump. And a pretty fast pipe entry into the water. Great job to SwaggyBread, even with such a limited task, manages to mix it up different than every other competitor so far. Great job. Next up, in 39th place, getting up with the top 39 and onwards, you have Connor McMahon, time of 16.30 and 141 re-records. Let's load up his run. There you are. Description: I had to ground pound into the warp because I broke the TAS a bit. Okay. Does a slide kick to get all the way off the top. a side flip to get up here. Long jumps, cancels it with a way up. Just does one wall kick up. And a jump dive after the grind to be able to make it into the pipe and into the water at the bottom. Great job to Connor, finishing in 39th place. What's up, dude? Nice seeing ya. Anyways, next up, in 38th place, Forever Park, finishing with a time of 16.03 and 206 re-records. You may notice Forever Park, the first person to not have a colon instead of a period. Or rather, the other way around. Anyways, let's load up his run. Misses the warp there. Long jumps all the way down. Just takes some damage. Needs to get over as fast as possible. Who cares about the damage? Punch trick into a long jump. Gets all the way up here and side flips. Cancels it with a grind and does a jump dive into the pipe into the water. Great job to Forever Park. Does a pretty similar strat at the end to Connor. Great job. Next up, in 37th place, the person we all know and love, Not Plush, the time of 15.97 and 9,500 re-records, the most of anyone in the competition so far by a factor of at least 20, I believe. Alright, Not Plush, that's definitely a legit time. Let's load up his run. A legit re-record count, rather. Description: thank for Ardman roll, Ted. No prob, dude. Does a slide kick down into a rollout at the very bottom. Side flips and wall kicks all the way up here. Does two long jumps to be able to make it to the thing. A forward side flip and into some grinds to be able to make it all the way into the pipe into the water. Great job to Not Plush, finishing in 37th place. Not getting in the last 10. Good job to him. Anyways, next up. Ooh, 34th place. That should tell you something. That means there's a three-way tie for 34th. Finishing in 34th, Lathan, time of 15.77 and 1,034 re-records, using 9 times less re-records than Not Plush just did. Let's load up his run. Backflips into the warp. Does a slide kick all the way down here. First person, I believe, to go up this way. Side flips, goes up by the ramp over here. Triple jumps over here. Very unique route. I'm really liking it, Lathan, rather. Definitely the most unique route so far. Not even going up by the standard way at all. Very fun to watch. Also, in 34th place, Aegis Yeller. Also with 15.77 and 428 re-records. Let's load up his run. Description: oh boy, I'm hoping this isn't going to be above 20th this time. Well, unfortunately it was. Oh my god. Better luck next time. Goes all the way into the warp over here. Punches, goes off of the arrow all the way over to the all the way over here, and just long jumps, makes it all the way to this ramp. Side flips. Very different than some of the earlier competitors, which involved going straight to the highest area. Aegis went all the way basically as low as you can go while still going fast. Great job to Aegis. Next up, the final 34th placer, Caffinated Yoshi, also finishing with a time of 15.77 and 572 re-records. Let's load up his run. Caffeinated Yoshi, known for not being able to sleep at night because of all the caffeine, Does a K sound glitch at the start. I appreciate that. Jump dives, cancels it with the little fence there. Triple dives up. Triple jumps up, rather, not triple dives. Does a double jump up here. Long jump into a wall kick, and just double jumps all the way over. Does a ground pound at the end and goes into the water. Great route. I don't know how fast that ground pound was at the end, but great route there. Very fun to watch. The first person to just jump all the way over the gap directly into the end. Good job to Caffinated Yoshi. I would recommend not ground pounding in the future, though. Anyways, next up, in 33rd place, Can Kicker 8. Can Kicker's finally here with a time of 15.13 and 1,931 re-records. Let's load up his run. Can Kicker. Swag entrance V5, apparently. Look at all that camera swag he's doing. What is he doing? A pause buffered wall kick there. Does a slide kick. All the way down here. He's probably going to go up by the ramp. Yes, he is. Ooh, man. Wall kicks there. Able to make it up and dive grinds a little bit to be able to make it into the gap and go into the water. Great job to Can Kicker. A very nice looking TAS. Next up, in 32nd place, Time Stopper, well known as Timothy Stopper, finishing with a time of 14.73 and 1,291 runs. Re-records, rather. Let's load up his run. I'm mincing some of my words today. Gotta fix that. Description: I'm thinking of a 3-digit number. If you subtract 7 from it, you get a multiple of 7. If you subtract... Oh my god. It's too long. Your description's too long. You guys can check out that puzzle yourself. Here's Time Stopper's run. Goes into the warp. Slide kicks down into a triple jump to be able to make it up. Doesn't even need to ledge grab. Probably does here, though. Triple jumps up by the side. Does a dive all the way over here and just double jumps all the way into the pipe. Great job to Time Stopper. Great finish there. I'm loving the super high jump. Next up, in 31st place, Diamondrazer, finishing with a time of 14.47 and 1,331 re-records. Let's load up his run. Where are ya? Where are ya? There you are. Starting off over here. Has to make his way into the warp. Goes all the way over here into a triple jump wall kick to be able to make it up. Cancels the single jump with the edge of that platform there, and does some grinds to be able to make it all the way into the pipe and go into the water. Great job to Diamondrazer, finishing in 31st place. Next up, in 30th place, rounding out the bottom 20, is Quiet Engineer 25, finishing with a time of 14.40 and 278 re-records. Let's load up his run. Goes into the warp. The standard slide kick over. Side flips up with a ledge grab. Doesn't need a triple jump. Just long jumps all the way over here. And triple jumps without even needing to change angle or anything. Makes it all the way into the pipe area and goes into the water. Great job to Quiet Engineer, finishing in 30th place. Next up, rounding out the top 30. In 29th place, Cynimal, with a time of 14.23 and 668 re-records. Let's load up his run. There were 53 submissions, for those that just ask. 3 DQs. Description. Writing this description took me more time than making this TAS. I don't believe you. Goes into the warp. Does a jump into a dive and a dive recover. Makes it all the way over here. All the way at the start. One of the people to go up by the ramp. Side flips up. Does a jump dive and makes it into the water. Good job to Cynimal. Finishing in 29th place. Going all the way to the right at the start. Near the starting area. Next up, in 28th place, ThatPSIkid, with a time of 14.07 and 199 re-records. Let's load up his run. ThatPSIkid. Description. I'm a time stopper, but I'm also a Speedy Cube 64. Winky smiley face. Starts out by going into the warp. There's a regular jump down. Long jumps over here. Triple jumps to be able to avoid needing a side flip at the start. Does a dive into a jump dive because of the grind and makes it into the water at the bottom of the pipe. Great job to ThatPSIkid. Hi, Cosmic. Finishing in 28th place. Next up, in 27th place, Gohgo. Barely beating ThatPSIkid by 0.04. That's pretty dang close. Finishing with a time of 14.03 and 180 re-records. Let's load up his run. Gohgo. More like stay. Description has a bunch of Japanese characters, and then parentheses, hello Ted, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Starts off by not going into the warp, then goes into the warp. Does a regular jump into a dive, immediately into the triple jump to be able to make it up here. Has to ledge grab, which is probably a little bit slow. That's good anyway. Does a couple of wall jump firsties across, jumps up, and does some sliding grinds to be able to make it into the pipe and into the water. Good job to Gohgo. For everyone that's saying that joke is terrible, you are about to get banned from my chat. Thank you. Finishing in 27th place. Next up, in 26th place, barely missing out on the top half of the entrance, DyllonStej, finishing with a time of 13.63 and 1,167 re-records. Let's load up his run. DyllonStej. Description: good lord, I traded Super Smash Brothers for this. Dylan, well known for his Smash Brothers TASes. Does a standard jump into a dive down. Dive recovers into a forward side flip over. Goes up by way of the box? Yes, he does. First person, I believe, to use the box in the competition. Dive grinds, or sorry, slide grinds all the way over into the pipe. Good job to DyllonStej, using the box where no one else did. I don't know if that box was pre-moved, but either way, that's allowed. Good job to Dylan. And now, entering the top half of the competitors. In 25th place, Cosmic D12. No, just kidding. It's the Luigihaxd, finishing with a time of 13.37 and 1,337 re-records. Definitely haven't heard enough of that Cosmic joke, right, guys? Let's load up their run. Description: hi Ted, if you're reading this, say subscribe to CeeSZee. No, I don't think I'll say that. Let's load up that run. Goes into Mario Cam, needs to make it all the way into the warp. There's a standard jump dive down. Into a triple jump with a glitchy wall kick there. A couple glitchy wall kicks here. Wow, first person to use a glitchy wall kick. The speed kick right there and makes it all the way into the pipe and into the water. Great routing there. I really love the execution. Probably not the fastest route, but it dang looked cool. Good job to Luigihaxd. Definitely a great route. Next up, in 24th place, Alex X167 with 13.20 and 850 re-records. Let's start up that run. If he does the same... Never mind. Hi Ted and reveal stream. I think it's a valid description. Okay. Avoiding the warp. There you go. Finally goes in. Does a standard triple jump up to be able to make it up without without grabbing the ledge rather. Triple jumps over. Does a jump dive and is able to make it into the pipe and into the water. Good job to Alex, finishing in 23rd place. Also tied for 23rd place is CeeSZee600 with a time of 13.20 and 1,008 re-records. Let's load up his run. Also, yes, I did notice that sign clip was pretty good by Alex. Description: and etc. and so forth. Next up, goes into the warp. Goes over here. Doesn't want to jump down and cancel it on the fence. Into firsties? Yes, into two firsties. Jump dive and just some grinds into the water at the very end. Great job to CeeSZee. Going up by way of the two firsties. That was the tie for 23rd place. Next up, in 21st place, I believe this is a second tie in a row. Non-5N5E with a time of 13 seconds flat and 504 re-records. I believe the worst Nonsense has done in this entire competition in terms of placing. Better luck next time. Let's watch his run.
Let's go.
Starts off with 3 health missing. Slide kicks over. Does a side flip up. First he's up. And does some slide grinds into the water at the bottom. Good job to Nonsense. Better luck next time though. Not doing so hot in the competition compared to where he normally does. But great job. Next up, also tied for 21st, Bubbisha. Newcomer on the scene, managing to tie one of the legends of the game, also finishing in 13 seconds flat with 274 re-records. Let's load up their run. Description: la la la. Does a slide kick down, cancels it with the little fence thing, triple jumps up. Does another triple jump over here into the wall kick and does the double jump all the way across into the water at the very end. Good job to Bubbisha, finishing in 271 re-records rather, not 274. Now, for the top 20. Starting off in 20th, Johannes, well known for teaching German, with a time of 12.90 and 1,065 re-records. Let's load up his run. That's an inside joke, by the way. You're probably not going to get that one. Description is, I'm going to read this description. That's the description. Goes into the warp, does the jump dive down, into a triple jump to make it over the wall, triple jumps up into this little corner area right here, and does some slide grinds into the water at the very bottom. Great job to Johannes, finishing in 20th place, making it into the top 20 in a competition with over 50 competitors. Next up, in 19th place, CeeSZee, well known for being a mod in this very chat, with a time of 12.83 and 1,500 re-records. Let's load up his ROM. Congratulations, Zach, for getting top 20. Description: I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you knew what you're doing more than 30 other competitors, at least. Goes down by way of the jump dive. Triple jumps up all the way over here. Saves him probably quite a bit of time. Just does a triple jump all the way over to this area and another jump dive after the grind to be able to make it into the water at the end. Good job to Zach. And he tasked a lot after that run. So let's not watch all that. Go directly to 18th, which was fifdspence, finishing in 12.80, beating Zach by, I believe, 1 frame, and finishing in 2,401 re-records. Let's load up his run. Sorry, Zach, for cutting your free run short. Description: mouse. Starts off over here and lowers the elevator. I wonder what he's going to do with that. Goes down over here. Side flips up to the elevator and makes it all the way over here. Doing a little bit of cheese there, that's why he used a mouse. That is definitely a cheese strat. Great job to fifdspence, the first person I've seen to like actually cheese this competition, and managing to get into the top 20 with it. Well, technically I guess Dylan did cheese it a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Either ways, congratulations to fifdspence. Next up, in 17th place, Alamanar, finishing with a time of 12.73 and 101 re-records. The smallest amount of re-records in a long time. Let's load up his run. Managing to get top 20 with 101. That's pretty dang nice. Description: does anyone have a good guide for how glitchy wall kicks work or how to task them? I wish there was. Goes into the warp. Slide kicks down. Triple jumps all the way in the corner over here. Goes into this corner with a triple jump. And does some slide grinds into the wall, into the pipe at the very bottom. Great job to Alamanar, finishing in 17th place. Next up, in 16th place, Edio0141, time of 12.43 and 3,356 re-records, beating Alamanar by 0.3 of a second. Let's load up this run. Letio, my Edio. Description: Edio, my Edio. Close enough. Slide kicks down, pretty standard at this point. I believe that was a glitchy wall kick right there. Does some speed kicks all the way to get up here, jumps up and just goes directly into the pipe. Gets a little bit of a soft lock here at the end. Not actually soft lock, it will eventually run out. But either way, great job to Edio, finishing in 16th place. Next up, in 15th place, Krithalith, with a time of 12.37 and 1,237 re-records. Lots of people have tied times and re-records. What a coincidence. Let's load up his run. Description: first task I've ever done. It was a fun experience. Might do it again. Well, for your first task, getting top 15 in a 50-player, 50-entrant competition, that's pretty dang nice. Good job, dude. Goes into the warp. What's he gonna do? Slide kicks down, does the cancel. A slide kick up. And just does a triple jump all the way into the pipe. Doesn't need to wall kick up or anything. Great job by Krithalith, doing exceptionally well for his first task. Their first task. Finishing in 12.37. Next up. In 14th, the one we all know and love, Bretaigne, with a time of 12.30 and 2,792 re-records. Let's load up his run. Description: Yo, K's, when Star Road 2, my dude. Ask K's for that, he'll bring up another Releasio game, and no one wants that. Starts off with a slide kick. Glitchy wall kick's up right there. I believe the second person to use the glitchy wall kick, the other one was Luigihaxd a lot earlier. And just goes directly into the pipe. All the way at the very end. Great job to Brett. I loved that glitchy wall kick. The routing was good. Quote unquote, Moobot. Yes, for those who didn't know, K's was the one that made Last Impact. Skellex did Star Road 2. That's part of the joke. Anyways, next up. In 13th place, AlexPalex won, managing to beat the other Alex in this competition by a time of at least 1 full second. Let's see. No, doesn't manage to beat him by a full second. Loses by a little bit. With a time of 12.27 and 1,940 re-records. Let's load up his run. AlexPalex. Misses the warp at the very beginning. Does a kick into a wall jump. Very interesting route right there. First person I've seen use it. Triple jumps up and does a jump dive all the way into the pipe. Great job to AlexPalex. First person I've seen use that route at all. And that route looks pretty dang fast. And apparently it is if you're getting 13th. Great job to AlexPalex. Next up, in 12th place, THC98, the legendary Sonic Tasser, who actually won Task 1, not even getting in the top 10. Unfortunate. Either way, finishing with a time of 12.17 and 1998 re-records. I wonder if that number has any special significance. Let's see. His run. 1998? THC98? I don't know. I don't think there's any link. Starts off by backflipping into the warp. Slide kicks down. Does a triple jump up. And does a triple jump right here to just be able to make it all the way into the pipe at the very end. Great job to THC. Better luck next time in getting into the top 10. Next up, in 11th, 1 place away from the top 10, finally getting sub 12, Tomatobird, time of 11.97, getting sub 12 in time and in place, with the re-record count of 2,081. Let's load up his run. Please post all of your tomato emojis in chat in celebration of Tomatobird. Description. It's the one he doesn't want me to read. Goes into the warp with 1 health. Does a couple glitchy wall kicks there. Wow. I love those glitchy wall kicks. Does the triple jump up and dives into a jump dive because of the grind into the water and immediately drowns. Great job to Tomatobird. Barely managing to not make it out of the bottom 40. And now, what we've all been waiting for, the top 10. Starting out in number 10, CeeSZee, the legendary freerunner, legendary TASer, barely making it into the top 10 with a time of 11.80 and 13,015 re-records. Yes, I will be playing top 10 twice. Let's load up his run. I'm not reading that description. Starts off with a jump dive down. Glitchy wall kicks? Yes, he does. Triple jumps. Jumps off of the sign to be able to jump a little faster. And goes all the way into the water at the very end. Great job to CeeSZee. Finishing in 10th place. Let's watch that one more time. Yes, for those of you who didn't notice, he actually did jump on the sign. Lots of glitchy wall kicks right there. Triple jumps up. Jumps on the sign to be able to get a little bit of extra stuff. Great job to CeeSZee. Getting in the top 10. Congratulations. I know it's one of your highest placings. Next up, in 9th place, Skepex. The time of 11.77, beating CeeSZee by 1 frame, with a re-record count of 2,295. Let's load up his run. By the way, make sure you don't spoil the results in chat if you think you know who hasn't been shown yet. Just something I thought I should mention. Starts off outside the painting, the first person so far, I believe, to have done so. Needs to make his way into the warp. Slide kicks down. Doesn't use the glitchy wall kick strat, just manages to use the triple jump strat and just go very fast, making it all the way into the water at the bottom. Uses the same strat as some of the earlier competitors, just manages to shave off some frames where they couldn't. That's why Skepex is in the top 10. Let's watch that again. Once again, no spoilers, please. Going into the warp. Slide kicks down. Triple jumps up. And does a triple jump right here after a speed kick. Does quite a few dives and gets directly into the pipe and into the water. Great job to Skepex. And now, for 8th place, Nahoc. Person who I believe has the highest viewed Super Mario 64 TAS video on YouTube. Legendary TASer, finishing with a time of 11.73 and 799 re-records. Good job to Nahoc. Let's watch your run. Misses the warp there at the very start. Does the standard triple jump up. Looks very similar to some of the earlier competitors. Manages to barely save some frames where they couldn't. Great job to Nahoc. Jeez, it's really close competition at this point. People are beating each other by frames. It's crazy. Let's watch this again. Triple jumps up. Does some dive recovers over here instead of speed kicks as some of the earlier competitors do. It manages to eke out some frames where they couldn't. Great job to Nahoc. In 7th place, SilentSlayers. Finishing with a time of 11.63 and 21,182 re-records. Wow. That's a lot of work. Great job to SilentSlayers, finishing in the top 7. Let's load up his run. I believe Grinds there does a couple of glitchy wall kicks to be able to get up really quick. Does the triple jump and gets a ton of speed from that slide. Grinds into the sliding state once, is able to make it all the way into the pipe at the very end. Great job to SilentSlayers. Let's load up their run. That was so fast, I agree. Look at these glitchy wall kicks. Triple jumps up. And makes it all the way into the pipe and into the water. Great job to SS. Next up, in 6th place, Desire. Beating SilentSlayers by a single frame with a time of 11.60 and 461 re-records. 461, that is not that many. Great job to Desire. Let's load up his run. Their run. Does the better strat right there of just wall kicking at the very start. I believe that's where he saved the frame and makes it all the way into the water. Simply better routing let him beat SilentSlayers there. That strat, I believe, is definitely faster. Great job to Desire. Let's watch that one more time. This wall kick strat at the very start, barely able to do. Something I thought of a while back. Runs around a little bit to be able to make this wall kick. Saves a lot of time by not having to go all the way down. Does a triple jump dive to be able to make it all the way into the pipe at the end. Great job to Desire, finishing in 6th place. And now, for the top 5 entrants in the TAS competition, Task 7. In 5th place, SpeedyCube64. Doing very, very well this competition, finishing with 11.53 and 1,441 re-records. Let's load up his run. Make sure not to say who is still in the competition. Don't want any spoilers in chat. Description: it doesn't matter how nice the VSC is or how close it is to the end, but what matters is how many re-records you put into it. Heart, 100 emoji. Great description. Needs to go into the warp. Slide kicks down. Just stops and goes in. And does a regular triple jump and lands all the way into the pipe. Doesn't even use the wall kick strat, still manages to beat some of the other competitors. Manages to shave some frames where they couldn't. Great job to SpeedyCubed. Did I watch his again? I didn't watch his again. Let's watch his again. Starts off with a slide kick down. Immediately stops and goes for the triple jumps. And just triple jumps up over here and makes it into the water at the very end. Great job to SpeedyCubed, getting in the top 5 in this competition. Next up, 3rd place. There's a tie for 3rd. Wow. In 3rd place, Dargos, Tesseract, Dargod as we all know him. A time of 11.5 seconds, 6,118 re-records. Let's load up his run. Description: Wet Dry World free run by Nis. That's a good one. Does some fast dives there. The glitchy wall kicks. does the triple jumps, lands on the sign, does the same strat that CeeSZee did with the sign, just manages to save quite a few frames off of what he could do. Great job to Dargos. Let's watch his one more time. Make sure not to spoil anything in the chat. Mods, if you see someone spoiling, time them out. Glitchy wall kicks, I love those. Lands on the sign, love the sign jump, and gets all the way into the pipe at the very end. Great job to Dargos. Next up, also in third place, Nis. Time of 11.5 as well, and 3,333 records. Let's load up his run. Who could win? This is getting so close. Description, lads. Let's load his run.
Let's go.
Please don't spoil who's in first. Goes into the warp. Uses the wall kick strat right there. Does a slide kick to be able to conserve speed a little better, and a lot of speed kicks into a triple jump, into some grinds, into the water. Great job to Nis, finishing in third place. Let's load up his run one more time.
Let's go.
Going into the warp over here. Does the wall kick strat. Bunch of speed kicks into a triple jump, into some grinding, and into the pipe at the very end. Great job to Nis. Now, for the top two, in second place, SM64 Expert with a time of 11.27, beating Nis by 0.23 and 1,734 re-records. SM64 Expert doing very well, truly living up to his name, finishing in second place. For those of you who've been paying attention, you should know who the winner is by now, but please don't spoil it. There's a jump dive down. Wall kick. Triple jumps. Into pipe. Done. Great job to SM64 Expert, finishing in second place. Let's watch his run one more time. Jump dives down. Triple jumps up. Makes it over with some dives. Triple jumps up and goes all the way into the pipe. And now, those of you who've been keeping track, you already know who won. In first place, Peter Griffin with a time of MKDasher, 11 seconds flat. 4,321 re-records. Great job, MK. The first person to finish with 2 gold medals in this competition. First person to win 2 separate tasks. Let's go, MK, and let's watch her run. Description, Monka S. You know what to do. Whoa! Gets a fast start there. Does the wall kick strat right here. Slide kicks to be able to conserve speed. Does a very fast triple jump there and makes it all the way into the pipe at the very bottom. Great job to MK. Let's watch that 2 more times. Once in regular speed and once in slow motion. I love that start. It's so hard for me to even realize what's going on. Does the wall kick at the very start here. Look at the speed. That's such a fast kick into double jump into triple jump. Great job, MKDasher. Let's load it up in slow-mo. Do-do-do-do. A little bit faster, Mo. Does the wall kick right here, after getting some speed at the beginning. Does a slide kick to be able to conserve speed a little better, into an immediate jump dive. Barely manages to get the double jump off before he misses the platform. Falls and lands all the way into the end. Pal. Great job to MKDasher. Finishing in first place. And now, don't leave just yet. We have 3 DQs to go over. DQ number 1. Jongyong doesn't start timing before the warp, BLJs, and doesn't even enter the cage. Let's see this run. That description's too long, I'm not going to read it. Just starts off at the very top. Unfortunate. BLJs and misses. And doesn't enter the water. And that's it. That's the run. Yes, I agree. Pretty dang pro. Great job to Jongyong. Next time, please do the task. Also disqualified Patachu for using the cannon. Unfortunately, cannon was banned in this task competition. Where are ya? Where are you, Bretaigne? The same exact description as Jongyong. Question mark. Collusion. Goes into the warp. Goes into the cannon. Unfortunately, cannon was banned for the purposes of this competition, as otherwise you could just do this. And finished. Great job to Patachu, but unfortunately, don't use the cannon next time. And finally, for the final DQ, Peter Griffin, who didn't provide an M64. Let's load up his run, shall we? Let's load up his save state, shall we? That's his run. That's his entire run. That's it. That's everything. There's nothing to do here. That's it. He warps and... yeah. Good job, Peter Griffin. Next time, do a TAS instead of providing a save state. Good job. Anyways, congratulations to all the competitors. Congratulations to MKDasher for winning his second task. Task 8 was just released. Task 8. In Shifting Sandland, start by warping to the tree by the oasis. Collect the star shining atop the pyramid. Each A button press after time starts will add an additional second to your total time. No collecting a wing cap before time starts, no interacting with any enemies, no grabbing a cork box before time starts. If you start a run with A held, it'll count as a full press, not a half, and begin recording just before going in the warp. This is a interesting task because you don't need to go super fast to win. You can just do it with no A presses, etc. Thanks to everyone for watching. This has been Super Mario 64 Task Competition 2018, Task 7 results. Okay,